Here in British Columbia, one of our favorite bike parks is opening up this week. Maybe your local's about to open its gates for the first time, or you got a bike holiday coming up. Either way, here are 4 cheap tricks to get your daily driver mountain bike better suited for downhill bike park runs. The single most cost-friendly upgrade to make to your bike so that it's more effective in the downhill tracks, in our opinion anyway, is going to bigger rotors. Yeah, you can spend loads of money on levers and new calipers and suspension and hell, even anodized bolts to match it all. But if you want more usable power, fitting bigger rotors and adapters will maximize the power of any brakes. Bigger rotor, better heat dissipation, and less glazing of the rotors and pads on those long, extended laps. If you're thinking about riding somewhere like Whistler for the week, maybe consider something else. You come here on your normal, lightweight cross-country tires, you're gonna probably have to replace them as soon as you get home. Or you just take them off right away, leave those bad puppies back at home, and install some heavier, grippier downhill casing tires. The higher speeds will have you screaming for sturdier tires and more sidewall support. However, if you also think of changing tires as a pain in the behind, maybe consider running a double down or a super gravity type tire that's gonna do good in the cross-country terrain and the downhill terrain, if you find yourself frequenting both. Moving up to the cockpit. Now, a low front end can be helpful when we want to bring our weight forward on the bike, especially pedaling uphill. However, it can inhibit certain rider outputs. Of course, there is a limit, but a higher front end is a great way to get your weight more centered on the bike when riding steeper trails. Plus, it can make jumping a bike feel a bit more stable and intuitive. Simply raise your bars up on the steer tube, or even look at inverting your stem if it's running at a negative rise. If neither is available, a higher rise bar can not only make your bike more comfortable, but can also be a cost-effective way of making the bike more capable. And finally, for now, oftentimes in bike parks we're hitting higher speeds because we're on those wider and machine-groomed trails. Now, high speeds can mean high load compressions, aka a lot of action is going on with our suspension, likely more so than when we're just riding along at our local trail network. Now, we're not suggesting to go completely berserk with your settings and turn all your compression knobs to closed as if you're about to line up at the Joyride slopestyle competition, but it is important to think about how you want your bike to ride and the trails that you frequent. A firmer fork, either through more pressure in the spring or through an extra click or two of low-speed compression, can resist diving more as your weight goes into your hands. That's going to be helpful when driving the bike into the lips of jumps. Now, we're not suggesting to do this right away, but if after a couple of runs you feel your weight shifting forward and jolting into your hands, it could be worth looking into. Alrighty, that's it for cheap tricks today on getting your do-it-all bike ready for the bike park season ahead. I hope they help you become more confident in your riding and allow you to feel more in control on your bike when hitting those high speeds and boosty jumps. See you out on the trails and hopefully in a bike park near you. And if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more bike park action.